They see my kitchen, leave a rude comment, and click away, which is too bad because if they'd actually listen, I could help them live elegantly on a low income. Today, we're clearing up what low income really means. Plus, I have a surprise announcement about my homemaking course at a reduced price, so stick to the end to learn all about that. Right now I'm getting ready to make my kids a breakfast. The oven, you can hear it going in the background, it just got heated up. It's ready for the biscuits. So I'm going to make some biscuits here. Biscuits, we were doing a fun little research yesterday morning, by the way, me and my kids. We were researching when biscuits started to become a thing. And of course they originated from hardtack, which was brought from Europe. And then in the 1800s, so in 1846, I believe, is when biscuits became a thing. And over the next 5 years after that, 5 to 6 years, that's when baking soda was invented and baking powder was eventually invented, and we have the biscuit. Biscuits are a very affordable, very easy food to make for your family. I wanted to show you guys a little trick. This is a low income trick. So I took wax paper, so I made up a whole bunch of biscuits in advance. I rolled them in the wax paper and put them in the fridge. And all I have to do for a quick and easy breakfast, that is one that makes everybody very happy, is simply open this up and just cut them. And then we just place them on here. Literally, breakfast is going to take me like 5 minutes to make this morning. Very affordable, delicious, nobody complains. I mean, who's going to complain about hot buttery biscuits? Whenever I make biscuits, I think about my great-grandmother. She was born in 1912. She and I had a very special relationship. She was a very hard worker. I call her my cotton picking grandma because she was a cotton picker. She's the one who taught me. She was from the South too. She taught me how to make biscuits. She made the best biscuits in the world. All right, that whole sheet's done. Now I just gotta whip up some of these eggs. These eggs are so beautiful that we're getting from our chickens. I'm so thankful they are laying right now in the dead of winter. It's cold outside and I'm just glad we don't have to buy eggs. Sometimes when you have chickens, people don't know this. They think, oh, we're gonna be more self-sustainable and live off the land and we're gonna get chickens. And people don't realize chickens take food, they need food, and the food costs money. And so in the wintertime, they usually stop laying for a while. Our chickens stopped for about a week or two, and there's a trick. We started feeding them corn. So cracked corn, you can go buy the whole kernel corn, and it gives your chickens just the amount of fat they need to continue laying through the dark, cold months. So that's how we have eggs in the dead of winter. But of course, all of that costs, and that is something to always keep in mind, you know, when you think, oh, we're going to get chickens and goats, and we're going to live off the land, and it's going to be great, we're going to save so much money. You're probably not going to save money. You can, there's a lot of nuances to that though, to saving money with a homestead. But anyways, low income, elegant homemaking. I want to talk a little bit more about this. So at the beginning of the month, I'm going to put these in the oven. I got hungry kids real quick. I'm just going to put these in the oven. Pop them in the oven, we'll continue talking. At the beginning of the month, I told you guys we're going to try some new things this month to see what people are wanting here and needing here from me. And it appears that the nervous system content that I was doing and just the overwhelmed mom is definitely a need. But in a more directional or intentional area, it appears that most people are overwhelmed partially and largely because of everything they're trying to balance. The moms are trying to balance how to feed their families on a budget, how to raise their families in this economy like it is, and how to just be happy in the process and peaceful and have faith. Have faith that it's all going to be okay. This just happens to be my area of expertise in entire life. I want to just address something really quick too. I get comments every now and then from people who are, I guess for a lack of better wording, they get their panties in a wad because they look at my kitchen and they think, well, you're not low income. Look at that stove. Or your kitchen, here's what I got. Your kitchen costs more than most people's houses. They didn't watch the entire video, because if they had watched the entire video, they would have learned very differently. But I wanted to just talk about this. Some people are very confused. Some people don't even know they're low income. And some people don't know what low income is. Some people think it's open for like opinion. It's not. Low income, poverty, middle income, and like upper income, that is all defined by a couple different factors, and it's not up for opinion, it's not up for feelings. It's not, well, I feel like we're poverty, or I feel like we're low income. It doesn't work like that. I I know that for a lot of single income women who are over their heads, just trying to get by day to day, don't have time to look at data and numbers, meet with financial advisors, things like that. But if you meet with one, or if you simply look it up, do a Google research, you will find that it's not something that's like up for discussion. It's actually defined. So whether you're poverty, low income, middle income, it's not defined by your feelings. It's not defined by opinions or appearances of how things look. It's actually defined by the state and by your area. So what is low income in one state might not be in another state. Look it up, Google it on your state. Like, what is your, every state has a government website, and you can look it up and see where you fall in the bracket. So it's not something, like I said, it's not something that's up for feelings and opinions. You can look it up. So I hope that kind of clarifies things for a lot of people out there who are very, very confused as to what low income is and what it means. So here on this channel, I have a whole playlist, by the way. I also just started another playlist. It's Elegant Low Income Homemaking, for the people that just want to live richly despite their income. All of my adult life, I've been low income. I've never not been. But when you look at what I've been able to create with our home, now I can take you around and show you the outside of the home. It's not finished. The other rooms of the house are not finished. This is the only finished room of the house. And the reason it is finished is because, quite frankly, nobody wants to click and watch a video of a completely rundown home on a consistent basis. People, they like to watch pretty things. They don't like to watch rough things that never make progress. That's been my experience. So we worked very, very hard to get this kitchen finished for that reason, because this is my work. But the rest of it is not done. But it doesn't bother me, because I feel like I am richly blessed in the Lord. And go back to your spot. Go back to your spot. You're not supposed to be in here. Get out of the kitchen. Get out of my kitchen. Go. All right, I guess what I'm trying to say is you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not happy with your life, if you're not happy with what you're doing with your life, if you're not grateful, none of it matters. So that's the point. There are people that I've known in my life that want for nothing materially or financially, but are some of the most heartbroken and miserable souls. But at the same time, it can be very, very stressful when you don't have security beyond the next month. And it really takes a lot of faith and prayer to learn to rest in that, and knowing that, well, whatever happens, God's got us. It takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of faith, especially when it's a long, ongoing lifestyle. Anyway, so where are things going? Well, for the next month, so this is the end of January. Next month, February, probably into March too, we're just going to tackle this. We're going to really dive in deep with frugal, elegant homemaking, specifically for those of us women out there that need the encouragement, need hope, need inspiration. And that's what we're going to be talking about for the next probably couple months. We're going to be talking about how to calm your nervous system through all of that and all of the craziness of trying to make all the pieces fit. We're going to talk about how to deal when you're overwhelmed because the dishwasher broke down and you can't afford to replace it and things like that. We're just gonna really dive into this topic over the next couple months, because I feel like this is what you need, and quite frankly, this is what I want to talk about right now. It seems to be what's needed, and I'm in this too. We're all in this together. So yeah, that's what's going to be going on. Thanks for joining me for this. I'm going to get this breakfast made, and then I'm going to start making the rest of the videos. Upcoming this month, I'm going to have videos with low income foods. So you guys keep asking me, how do you cook your beans? How do you cook beans? How do you make beans fancier? How do you make more recipes beyond chili? What are some good things to do with beans? Because quite frankly, meat right now is like, woo! So we're just going to be learning all the kinds of different bean recipes. And I'm going to show you all my bean tricks this month. Not all of them this month. There's too many. There's just too many bean tricks that I have, so I'm not going to fit it into a month. But I'm thinking in each video, I'm going to try to do in each one of my videos over the next month, I'm going to try to do a bean recipe that is going to blow your mind. I'm going to try to do maybe put a couple more frugal tips into each video. I gotta get these eggs going. Anyways, that's what's going on. We're gonna be just doing a bunch of frugal homemaking. So I hope you will join me, and we will see you in a couple days.
I've had so many women ask me if my homemaking course, Restored and Radiant, could be more accessible, especially with payment plans, and so I listened. I've now made 2 ways to join Restored and Radiant. There's the Signature Deluxe package. It's $297. It includes the full Restored and Radiant course, plus bonuses, and a brand new addition, my Beauty from Ashes course for overwhelmed homemakers navigating trauma or ADHD. Now that has 6 months inside my private community on Patreon with extra bonuses and support. But if you just want the homemaking course, you can get it now for just $147. No pressure, just real support for women in real seasons. I will link to all the details below.
I was birthed in the mountains under